And we are live in five, four, three, two, one. Take a deep breath and relax. Greetings, wanderer, wayfarer, and wildcat alike. I hope you are doing well. This is Knowledge Lecture number 5. Last time, dear traveler, we left off with splitting, making distinctions, and other inductive language for splits in the hypnotic realm. We're back again, mesmerist, examining the language of hypnosis. And we will be looking at linking. Linking will be linking together ideas within the hypnotic language, things within the category of presupposition, where we will suppose and make suppositions, suggestions that will aid the aspirant or traveler in acquisitioning deeper levels of trance. The element complementary to splitting is linking, which involves joining together two previously unrelated or unlinked concepts or experiences. You could also think of this as creating associations. Again, this seems to be a natural human tendency. You eat a certain food and become ill, and after that unpleasant experience, that food tends to bring up unpleasant gastrointestinal sensations. In this hypnotic skill, the hypnotherapist is deliberately proposing associations for hypnotic and therapeutic purposes. Let's have a deeper look. Joining things together verbally. There are many forms of verbal linking, and here is provided a list of some of them so you can get an idea of the range. Of course, you can create your own new forms of linking once you understand the concept, and you are encouraged to be creative. Typical verbal linking forms. It would benefit, readers aside, it would benefit the training mesmerist to look at these in text form and commit them to memory. We have while you blank, you can blank. As you blank, you can blank. And so you see, so on and so forth. If you look at these in text form, you can commit them to memory and experiment with them. I'll try one now and show you how it might go. Verbal forms of linking. While you relax, you can go deeper into trance. As you go deeper into trance, you can feel more and more comfortable. When you start to feel very comfortable, you can relax even deeper. And this will aid in you going into an even deeper level of trance. You may not be able to arrive at deep trance states until you relax all of your physical muscles and your concerns. As you begin to let go of your inhibitions, you can notice a gentle floating feeling may occur. As this happens, you can begin to get more and more into trance and deeper into relaxation. The more your conscious mind concentrates on my voice, the easier it can be for your unconscious mind to let go and float within the deep realms of trance. The more you practice, the more you will experience deep levels of trance. A mesmerist might say, for example, as you are listening to the sound of my voice, you can go deeper into trance. The more distracted you are by the sounds outside, the easier it can be for your unconscious mind to get free from the dominance of your conscious mind and go do its work. Another way to look at this, if you're engaging in self hypnosis, is to say, remind your mind out loud. Of course, you should be speaking to yourself out loud or through recordings. Say, the more distracting the outside sounds are, the easier it can be for my unconscious mind to get free from the dominance of my conscious mind and go do its work. A mesmerist might say, when that hand touches your face, you can go even deeper into trance. Again, as you begin to go into trance, your unconscious can begin to prepare to make the changes you need to feel better, to be more comfortable, and to get some relief. I do remind you that we are exploring the knowledge lectures associated with the 100-day challenge Hypno-Apotheosis. This section is linking, and it comes after presupposition and splitting. So in this section, we're focused on linking things together. And as you listen to this recording, you'll find that your unconscious mind, or you may find that you more easily and more naturally respond to trance states and are naturally and easily picking up the language of hypnotherapy and hypnosis. Being hypno-apotheosis, this course is meant to take you to even higher states. The next section is linking something in your behavior or speaking to something in what you are doing or the person is doing. So a mesmerist could link certain voice tones or rates of speech or nonverbal actions to something in a person's behavior or speaking. As you gradually change your behavior or speaking, the person is likely to follow, since your behavior and theirs are now linked. Like splitting, linking is often done non-verbally. As an example, Erickson once did this with a man who paced back and forth in his office and spoke in an anxious, hurried way. He told Erickson he was so anxious that he couldn't sit down and talk about his problem. He was on the verge of running out of the office, and pacing and talking compulsively was all that was keeping him there. Erickson began speaking very quickly to the man, matching his rate of speech and walking. Erickson then almost imperceptibly slowed his rate of speech, and the man began slowing his own walking and speaking. The two had become linked. This higher level of hypnotic linking can be done to aid an individual that might be suffering from anxiety. Monitor your own and the aspirant's behavior and make meaningful connections with how you respond. These and many other techniques will appear in the course content and material forthcoming. A mesmerist might say, for example, you could find your hand lifting automatically. And as they do this, they time the wording to the person's hand lifting slightly with his or her inhalation. Leaning to the right, consciously you might wonder whether you can go into trance. Then leaning to the left, you say, and your conscious mind is already preparing to go deeper. Now we'll take a combination of splitting and linking that Erickson called interspersal. The next section is entitled A Cryptic Communication, Learning Interspersal. At this moment, I'd like to take a short intermission to greet a fellow traveler in the Ideas Room, one Frank in New Jersey. Free gift from God. Greetings, sir. How are you? Welcome to the Knowledge Lecture, number 5, in the 100-Day Magical Challenge series. Frank, if you are out in the Ideas Room and you can hear me, with me, let's count down from 5 to 1. Deep breath and relax. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath and relax. As you relax deeper, Frank, you may easily and naturally notice that you feel you are slipping closer to the threshold of trance. And as you slip off into the wonderful world of trance state, you may think of something that has come to your mind recently, some personal goal or craving and desire that you've liked to fulfill. And when you take a deep breath of inhalation, you feel even closer to the actualization of that goal. And all of your positive and productive goals are right at the tips of your fingers and coming into manifestation as you practice. You can even see them there and think about the desired result of how it might feel to achieve those goals. And that sensation of achievement can be experienced just by the visualization process of seeing the goal achieved. Live in the moment, Frank, and you will experience all your heart's desire. The time is now, folks, to join the 100-Day Challenge and learn about hypnoapotheosis. Frank, if you are still out there in the Ideas Room and would like to have an open lines call-in session this evening, make sure that you tell me, and that way we can wrap up Knowledge Lecture number 5 and move on to a new format. Until that time, I will continue reading and enjoying the energy provided by this material. When I studied the Milton Erickson, readers aside, correction, when I studied with Milton Erickson, he was fond of presenting me with riddles, which I never solved. Spiritual teachers often use koans and riddles and other forms of poetry to induce trance states and move the attention point within a student or neophyte. One day he wrote out a phrase on a piece of paper because he had some muscular weakness due to his polio and its after effects. His handwriting was a bit uneven. He told me that the phrase he had written was a reproduction of a note that was given to a staff member of a psychiatric hospital in which he had worked by a patient who had never spoken a word during his hospitalization. The staff all looked at the note and couldn't decipher any meaning in it. But Erickson could. He asked me what the patient was trying to communicate. I couldn't work it out. Here is the note in full. I'm going to a place where there are no bad, mad people. That was the entirety of the note. Erickson thought he had made two original and unique contributions to the practice of hypnosis. Interspersal was one of them. The other was utilization. Interspersal is a combination of splitting and linking. Some parts of the communication from the hypnotist to the person are non-verbally emphasized and therefore are split off from the rest of the message. Erickson maintained that people communicate like this quite regularly, so the hypnotherapist is just using a form of complex communication that everyone understands at an unconsciously processed level. He said sometimes his patients would be talking about some subject and would emphasize a word or phrase, thereby alerting Erickson to one of their concerns. For example, the person would be talking about a problem at work and say, "I've just got to divorce myself from my boss's criticism. I can't let him tear me down." Erickson would eventually inquire about the person's marriage. In the example in the box at the left, a cryptic communication, the answer to the riddle was that the patient was trying to say without saying that he was going mad. It turned out that he was terrified. If he spoke his fears aloud, he would certain that he would become real. Therefore, he had to disguise the message because he was desperate to get help but couldn't say what he was worried about. So, interspersal is non verbally emphasizing or distinguishing certain words or phrases to create a message within a message. This can be accomplished using several nonverbal channels. The ones we will discuss in the next knowledge lecture will be emphasizing through voice volume, emphasizing through voice location, and then we will move on to other elements. For now, be at one with the teaching, relax, and find that you are more easily and more naturally becoming comfortable with deep states of trance. And as you go deeper into trance, you will find more comfort and joy in life. That is all for now, dear aspirant. As we wander into the abodes of the future, keep doing good magic.